Hey folks, this is Colin Richards, president and founder of Lord & Richards, and I'm excited to be talking to you today about solutions you can put in place right now to avoid the devastating impacts that chronic illness can have in your life. And you know, this is part of what we at Lord & Richards call a comprehensive financial plan. A financial independence review is the process that we use to help you determine if you're ready to retire or if you're already retired, if you're on the right track. And you know, the best way to do that is to sit down with one of our fantastic advisors and find out, because we're going to run a series of tests that include everything we can throw at it. And you've never seen anything like this, I promise you. The typical reports and things that get spit out are generic and cookie cutter. What we do is we build a customized roadmap to achieve financial independence and to do it without worry. You see, folks are concerned about what's going on all around us today, right? Wars, economic crashes, financial market crashes. But the good news is you can have a level of certainty you may never have realized was possible through a simple conversation. In this particular segment, we're going to talk about a specific way you can protect yourself from future chronic illness costs. These are costs that your Medicare or your regular insurance aren't going to pay for. After 90 days in a skilled nursing facility or in-home care, you're on your own. These are costs that are associated with chronic illness, which is defined as not being able to perform 2 of 6 activities of daily living: bathing yourself, feeding yourself, and so forth. So you say, well, how do I do that? Well, this is something I'm giving you that I share in almost all of my workshops. It is not a plan, because as part of a comprehensive strategy, you need a written plan to make sure you're not bankrupted by the high cost of long-term care. You also need a written risk management plan, a written income plan, a written tax reduction plan, and a written estate plan. These are the absolute minimum bare essentials you must have in place if you want to achieve financial independence and retire without worry. So of those, the written healthcare plan needs to include solutions like I'm talking about. I had a client, we'll call him John, who had a beautiful written risk management plan. We were prepared in advance for market downturns, beautiful income plan. There was no chance he was going to run out of money before he ran out of life. We had done all kinds of planning around taxes to keep his bill at a minimum so the government wouldn't inherit his money. And of course, he needed an estate plan, so he sat down with our lawyer and had a complimentary visit, which we offer all of our clients. But he was missing a solution for healthcare. Oh, we had backups like his home equity and so forth, but those weren't desirable solutions. So John came to us at Lord & Richards and he said, Colin, I recently inherited some money from the sale of my parents' home. They passed away, and I received $275,000. Now, by the way, we recognize that not everybody is going to get an inheritance like this. This was a blessing to them left behind by their family. But recognize what I'm about to share with you can also be done with wise budget planning and monthly contributions, okay? So not just a lump sum, but monthly or gradual contributions. John said, I think we should set this aside as part of the healthcare plan so that my wife, Betty, is not going to be bankrupted by my care. I said, that is exactly what I would recommend, John. He said, should I put it in the bank? I said, well, the problem is long-term care costs are rising at an exponential rate. And by the time you may need this care, it may not be enough to cover it. We projected that at today's rates, if John went in for a 3 or 4 year skilled nursing stay, it could cost his family close to $1 million. John said, what are you going to do, Colin? I said, well, let's not put it in the market. Might have a down market, which we call dollar cost ravaging, when you're taking money out of a portfolio while it's down. Let's buy something wonderful here. Let's buy life insurance. And he said, well, Colin, that's great. I want Betty to be taken care of when I'm gone, but how do we pay for it while I'm still alive? I said, well, that's the neat part. We can actually get you a special kind of life insurance policy where you can access the death benefit, which is several times more than what you put in, to use to pay for your chronic illness care. And we did just that for John. We put in his $275,000 inheritance. It immediately became $922,000 of death benefit. And if John became sick, his wife Betty could take money out of that death benefit every single month to cover the costs of his long-term care. And here's the cool part. It comes out tax-free. That's right, because life insurance under Section 7702 of the IRS tax code is tax-free when done properly. And that's where you need the help of a professional. Now, you might say, well, I'm not sure I could qualify. Well, that's a great question, but you might be surprised how many people we're able to qualify at Lord & Richards because we're not beholden to any particular company. We can shop the universe. I would encourage you to consider not just this solution, but the more important consideration is, do you have a written plan for when somebody becomes chronic ill? Because this is the number one cause of bankruptcy, affecting 70% of individuals who are in their 60s right now, and most are going to experience a 3 or more year stay in a skilled nursing facility. I don't want to see that happen to you. I know you don't. The solution isn't to put our head in the sand. The solution is for us to sit down, review your goals together, and conduct a financial independence review. It costs you nothing. It's an opportunity to get peace of mind for your retirement. All it really begins with is a simple conversation with me or with one of our skilled advisors at Lord & Richards.